Looking back, what is the defining moment or decision that sent you on the path of international business and education development?
All right, thank you very much. As part of my struggle in life, when I came back from Bolgatanga or the Upper East region to further my education in Accra, I went to UPSA to do CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. And the struggle continued. I couldn't finish. I did level 2. I passed level 1 and level 2, and because of financial difficulties, I couldn't continue. But I was so determined that I believe that God has put something in me. There's a talent in me that I can use to solve problems of others. And that was my core reason for serving people and serving in the house of God. I do not do it for money. I do it just to support people. So the defining moment was the decision I took, to go to University of Leicester. I went to University of Leicester to do my master's, MBA, and I majored in finance. So I have MBA, finance from the University of Leicester. Then, as usual, I tried to, because of the training I had as an usher from my church, I tried to be nice to everybody. So I went to UK for my graduation, and after that, the University of Leicester sent a delegation to Ghana. And they said they were looking for an alumni to be their consultant in Ghana. So they came from the UK to come and meet the Ghana alumni, University of Leicester alumni. And it became obvious that unanimously I was selected to be the consultant for University of Leicester. So I was invited to the UK again, and we had an agreement signed. Appointment was given to me to be the consultant for University of Leicester in Ghana. So that's how the University of Leicester started. Before that, I had already set up Masik Aviation Solutions Limited, which is a travel and tour business. And I set this company up without one peswa capital. So ladies and gentlemen, those of you who think that it is money you need to start a business is a lie. What you need to start a business is ideas, okay? So before even the Leicester issue, I had, because of what I was doing for Reverend Student about, always going to the airport to buy his ticket and ticket for other staff, other pastors. I was doing everything. So one day I went to, those days, Amtrak. I'm sure you know about Amtrak. Amtrak, CityLink, Starbo, 540, African World. And so I went to them. I went to Amtrak. I said, look, I've been coming here to buy ticket every day for my pastors. So I want to be your agent. So instead of coming here every day, I can issue the ticket for my pastors in the office. So I can do that in the church. I don't need to come to you. It's okay. Then you need to register a business. I said, that's fine. I went to a friend. I said, please, I want to register a business. Give me some money. Somebody help me to register the business, but no capital. And then I talked to some few people that, look, anytime you wanted to travel, I can do flight tickets, so just get in touch with me. It's okay. So by then, once I registered the company, I went and gave the document to Amtrak, and they have logged me in as one of their agents. So I took money from the prospective travelers, and then went and gave it to Amtrak. They gave me access to the platform, and I issued the ticket for them. So I didn't use my own money to start my first transaction. Just idea, and I started Masik Travel. That's how Masik started. So after that, then I went to Leicester to do my master's, and the opportunity came. I was appointed as the consultant for University of Leicester. And University of Leicester, as we speak now, I am the president of the alumni chapter in Ghana. And we have, University of Leicester is actually the number one foreign university in Ghana that has the best organized alumni and has more appointees in government than any other foreign university alumni in Ghana. You can check it. We have Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa from Leicester. We have Honorable Sly Mensah from Leicester. We have Yoko Boss Remonacha from Leicester. We have the administrator for Chieftaincy Lands, okay, Dr. Akwensivi, also from Leicester. When it comes to the business world, we have, and even the previous administration, we have Honorable Margaret Amakohini from Leicester. We have Honorable Kofi Jamesi from Leicester. A lot of Leicester people so we have top-notch people. And for them to say, you be their president, that tells you the kind of grace God has given me. So I've been working for Leicester for the past decade, and I'm currently the president of the chapter. So I'm able to, and that's how my professional career started. I discussed with Reverend Istudan about, I discussed with Reverend Clementine Cheva. They said, no, that is another area you can bring honor to the church. It's not only in the pastoral work or any other. So train some people, and then gradually, once you get people trained, we can allow you to go full time. So even when I started working for Leicester, I was still working for the church and training people until such a time that they were able to do what has to be done in the church office. And then I fully settled on my business. And then after that, the third company also came in, Tenjin Global Tech Limited, which is linked to Turkey Embassy.
That's nice. I think at this point, I think I need to go to University of Leicester so that I can also join.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome.
That's just on the lighter side.
No, you have to come to Leicester. It shouldn't be on the lighter side. Be serious about it.
Okay. We'll talk after the interview.
Yes.
Okay, so from your profile, I've seen that you visited over 32 cities in Turkey. I've just been to one, Istanbul, and I'm wondering how you're able to do 32. What did those experiences teach you about culture, business, and building trust across borders?
All right, thank you very much. Let me give you a brief history of how I became the consultant to the Turkish ambassador. I told you about Leicester. So briefly, I went to Cambridge University to do a presentation in the UK. Then I met a Turkish lady there who works at the University of Cambridge. And then through interaction, she said, there are a lot of business opportunities in Turkey. So she could invite me to let me use the proper word. We don't say Turkey, this is Turkey. We put Turkey. So she told me there were a lot of business opportunities in Turkey, and she would like to invite me to Turkey. I said, that would be fine. So when I came to Ghana, she sent an invitation letter and a book appointment for me to meet the Turkish ambassador then, Dr. Özlem. I'm sure probably may know her, the lady who left before the current ambassador. So I went to meet the ambassador. Then she said, in fact, they'll be looking for a trusted person in Ghana who could support the embassy to promote Turkish products and services in Ghana. So if I could do that for them, she would be very much appreciative. And I said, no problem. So I decided to set up the company, Tenjin Global Tech Limited. So that's how the Turkey business started. So I set up the company and then decided to go to Turkey for the first time in 2018. My friend in Cambridge sent her husband and other friends. They met us in Turkey, and then we went around. And we made some few business contacts, and then I came to Ghana, and that's how it started. And I made a very conscious effort. And ladies and gentlemen, your talent, like Reverend has said, you need to be intentional about it, okay? I mean, just having the talent is not enough. You must use the talent to be able to make the needed impact. So I decided to just explore Turkey. So sometimes when there are events, I just buy a ticket and go. Go and take business cards and then come back. Just go and do networking and come back. So I've been to a lot of cities from the south to the east, the north to the south, and I've made a lot of contacts. So that's how it all started. And it has been very interesting. They are culture-wise, I'm sure Reverend Doctor knows about it. They are very loving people. There are certain things that you don't even ask them. They will give it to you. There are some other things too, you have to really push for them to be able to. But they are very, very hardworking. I learned a lot from them. If you call a Turkish guy and you ask him, how are you? The response is likely to be that we are working hard. You will not say I'm fine. You say we are working hard. And they love work. They are very nationalistic. They love their country. Everything they do is about protecting the interests of their country. Unlike what we do here, sorry to say that, but unfortunately, we don't love our country. We need to start rethinking and reconsidering our posture toward our country. We don't love our country. Turkish people really, really love their country. I don't know if you remember, in 2016, there was a attempted coup d'etat in Turkey. The citizens massed up on the street and said they were ready to die for their country. So the coup plotters almost succeeded, and they used this grenade and these war vehicles, started running through the people. They were killing them. The more they killed them, the more they they lie down on the street. So they killed them out to a point, and they realized that they could not continue killing everybody, and then they stopped. That was how that coup was foiled, So they are culturally, they are very unique people, and I'm sure you know that the 7 churches in the Bible, the 7 churches in the Bible in Revelation, 6 of them are in Turkey. Yeah, they are in Turkey. And John the apostle, when Jesus was crucified, and Jesus told him, John, Jesus introduced his mother to John, that John should take him home. The house John took Mary to, that house is in Turkey. That house is also in Turkey. So Turkey is a very, historical country. They have all the monuments. They have everything culturally and tourism-wise. They have a lot of exciting places that I wish and desire that all of you will visit Turkey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I believe we are all enjoying the interview session, and we are learning a lot. We are learning how to use our talents to the maximum ability.
This company is called Doge Construction. Doge Construction is one of our partners, and as you're speaking now, my company will represent over 50 manufacturing companies in Ghana. 50 Turkish manufacturing companies will represent in Ghana. So as I visit the cities in Turkey, I make contact and network with a lot of businesses. So these guys are from Doge Construction. They are into railway, and I took the transportation minister to these particular people to go and see some of their railway they have constructed, and they also came to Ghana to visit me. They have over 300 companies under their group. They are one of the biggest group of companies you can find in Turkey. So they visited me in Ghana, and we took this photo in my office. The next one. Okay, this is another company that came from Turkey to visit me. They are into interior decorations. Okay. I arrange high-level meetings for the Turkish ambassador as my work as a consultant for the ambassador. So I took him to a number of ministers. That is Honorable Trade Minister. I'm sure you know her. Okay. Yeah, this is the transportation minister for Turkey, and I took our transportation minister to meet with him, and we have a fruitful discussion on transport connectivity between Africa. And our minister was there to sign an MOU on behalf of Ghana, and I took him there. That's the transportation minister of Ghana and of Turkey. Of course, our communications minister, I took the ambassador and then the commercial counselor of the Turkish embassy to visit him as well.
Well done, sir. You're doing a very good work, and you're putting Ghana, you're putting God as well on the map. This is what God has really called us to do by giving our talents. Like I said in the beginning, you are the person that had 5 talents and they've given extra 10 because you're still using it. Please, let's clap for him. He's doing very well. So we'll now move on to the session of leadership, strategy, and results. So through IDEC, you've supported hundreds of Ghanaian students to Leicester, many who are now in leadership role, like you've already mentioned. What does institutional loyalty mean to you?
Right. So when it comes to institutional loyalty, it's something that is an asset. And if you abuse it, you do that at your own, disadvantage. Because eventually, institutional memory and institutional advantage is something that becomes very, very valuable and great asset to us. I have had the opportunity, like you said, to recruit a lot of students for University of Leicester, and I continue to do that for the business community in Turkey. As you speak now, we have concluded to bring 100 companies from Turkey to Ghana next month. So we are going to have 100 businesses. We are bringing them to Ghana, just to come and interact with businesses in Ghana, So, as somebody coming from an institution like Leicester, okay, you need to make sure that you keep that connectivity very active. Communication line must continuously be active because you can never know. Like Reverend said, it's a talent, and if you don't use it, it fades away. So I keep my loyalty, okay, to my institution. I tell people that, look, when you are employed in a company, please, nobody says work there for life. By all means, one day you may leave, but you have to live in peace. Don't live fighting your boss, because you never know, one day that boss may have the opportunity to recommend you to somebody. So never leave an organization fighting your boss. It will not help you. It will never help. It can only destroy you. So I keep my network and I keep my connectivity with my institutions wherever I've worked at. In fact, as you speak now, the district director of education in Bongo I work with, I've kept that relationship with her even up to date. And when the husband died, I went there, and the family of the woman came together and started fighting the children. They said I resembled them, so they perceived I was one of their children, and they never showed me to them. Why is that the man died before they are bringing me to come and show to them? Because I kept that relationship. So institutional connectivity is very key. Please, everywhere you go, make sure that you leave a good name. If the organization is not doing well, you want to leave, please, just live in peace. Don't fight anybody. I still have connection with University of Leicester. Last 2 weeks, the deputy vice chancellor was here with a team, and I took them to visit the Attorney General. We visited the Foreign Affairs Minister. We visited Exim Bank boss. We visited Yoko boss. So it is key that you keep that connection and that connectivity, and that's exactly what I do. I do not, and I make sure that I do not compromise on our relationship. I do not, no matter how. And I've learned something in life. You see, in life, you must make friends. people are scared to make friends, but you must make friends. The only thing that you need to know where to draw the lines, okay? There are some friends that you can take into your bedroom. You don't have any problem. There are some friends, the relationship should end in your living room. There are some, the relationship should end on your compound. There are some, the relationship should end on the street. There are some, the relationship should end on the phone. You must keep all of them. You must keep all of them because you never know. One day you may need some of them. And they say, oh, this guy, I know him. Oh, we've been talking on phone. I haven't met him before, but we've been talking on phone. And that alone can make a huge difference in your life. There are instances where a Turkish in Turkey needed something in Turkey, talks to a Turkish man that I need this. They told them, look, if you want this in Turkey, call Emmanuel in Ghana to get you the thing in Turkey. Can you imagine? Yes. I've had several instances where people in Turkey are looking for something in Turkey, and they have to call me in Ghana to show them where they can get that thing, because I deliberately travel across the country and all the cities. I'm sure you know some of the names of the cities. Ankara, Adana, Mersin, Gaziantep, Bible. I've been to all those places. And God has been faithful. God has been with me. In all these things, God has always been with me, and he has kept me. And I also make sure that I keep my relationship with all the organizations and institutions and people I've ever come into contact with. And I'm so grateful I met Reverend Dr. Wako. And when I met him, I realized that I didn't even know he was a pastor. But when I met him, naturally, I realized that this is a man full of grace and full of the Spirit. And I'm so happy and privileged to be connected. And trust me, I will never, if you decide to sack me, I will never be allowed to be sacked. You have become my big brother, you have become my friend, and the relationship will continue. Because I don't just live out relationships like that, because you never know. So please, the family and the whole church, consider me as part of you. I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. Thank you. Even if you sack me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I cherish relationship, and I invest in relationship. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you have said it yourself, because we're planning that after the service, we'll catch you in some corner, give you a membership card to fill. So I'm glad that you have said that, even if we sack you, which we will never do.
Reverend Commentator will fight you.
Oh, no. You understand this relationship.
I'm a friend.
Yes, you are friends in the church.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're teaching us a lot of lessons, and we are learning, keeping relations, keeping connections, maintaining them. It is through such connections that we've got the privilege to have you speak to us today. So God bless you so much, sir. You run 3 companies across aviation, education, construction, and technology tech. How do you decide what to say yes to and what to walk away from?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's very simple. I've come to learn that there are businesses that, in fact, even one of my clients, we all know him, Just Spawn Group of Companies. They have about 60 to 70 companies under the group. And having 3 companies, I'm a baby. I haven't started anything yet. So, and one of our partners, like I said, Dodge Group, they have over 300 companies under the group. And they have a board chairman who provide leadership for all the 300 companies. All the companies have their CEOs, so it is just, I'm a baby. 3 companies is just not. And one day, I remember my auditor, sorry to say this, but I have to say it. I'm sure he may hear, but that's okay. When I started the 3rd company, then he said, Emmanuel, you, even 2 companies, you are struggling, you are starting a 3rd company. No. Look, I'm not the type you can discourage, okay? I have inbuilt capacity that always tells me it is possible. Yes. So, if you want to discourage me, forget it, I will not take it. So, He said, oh no, how can you start a third company? Look, the following week I sacked him. I sacked him. He's my auditor, I sacked him. He's my pastor, I sacked him. He's my pastor, but I just nicely decided to get a different auditor, you know. So that's how it is. I don't, 3 companies, I haven't started. I'm planning of getting, setting up more companies. And it's very easy. Once you know how to apportion your time and allocate your time, it is not difficult at all. Yeah, to say yes to this or no to that. Yeah, they are even too small for me to manage.
Thank you so much. So, a lot of people are of the opinion that successful people don't have challenges or have never failed before. So, I'd want to ask, what challenge or failure has shaped you more than any success?
All right, thank you very much. In business, I mean, I've failed many times. I mean, in life, even before I became born again, I've failed many times. But what keeps me going is the Word of God, the Spirit of God that tells me all things work together for my good. Romans 8:28, that we know. I hope you know. How many of you know? Yeah, we know. So once you know that all things work together for your good, you know that whatever seems to be a challenge today will turn out to be good. Yeah, so I have countless challenges, but all of them together work for my good. You know, I remember I was refused visa. I wanted to go to the UK to go and settle there, because I felt that I didn't want to stay in Ghana. The frustration was too much. And yeah, that was when I think that was when I lost my senior sister, and I just wanted to leave because the pressure was just unbearable, you know. And I went to the embassy, they bounced me. Hey, look, that day, the thing pained me at the embassy. I nearly cursed them. But when I got home, when I got home, you know, it's like Holy Spirit just spoke to me that it shall work together for your good. So that was one moment that I really felt the thing, but still, I mean, I didn't give up. Today, if you tell me to go and stay in the UK, I won't go. I won't go. And some of my friends who are going to settle there, I mean, there's no difference between us by God's grace. So wherever God plants you, He can bless you anywhere He plants you. Yeah. If He says go, fine, that's fine. But He can also bless you here. Yeah, you just make use of your talent and you'll be blessed. So that's one moment that actually pained me, but it turned out to work for my good. Yeah, I've also had another experience where we had some big project we wanted to do, you know. It was a government project. We did everything. And we know we were going to get the contract. Then just around the time we were going to get the contract, the minister had some issues, and then she was moved, and then a new minister was appointed, and then they didn't give us the contract. The thing pained me, but I took it lightly. Countless occasions where, so please don't think that when you are doing business, you will not go through a lot of, but your tenacity, your ability to continue, knowing that God is with you, and that all things will work together for your good. That is what is keeping me moving. But I've had a lot of failures, a lot of challenges in my business.
Thank you.
I was even. How many of you have been taken to court before? How many of you have been taken to court before? Yes. And have you been sentenced before? Sentenced. Okay. Me, I was sentenced to 2 weeks imprisonment before. That's part of my challenges in business. Yeah, I was sentenced because I couldn't pay my staff SNIT. And they took me to court. They took me to court and sentenced me to 2 weeks in imprisonment. And I didn't tell my wife that I was going to court. Because some of the things, I felt that it would just make her, so I didn't want to increase her BP. So I went to the court alone. And I was sentenced. And they said I either pay a fine or I had to be taken to in Sawam. And I didn't have the money. And they said, decide in Sawam or the money, the fine or the in Sawam. I started calling friends. And they brought the car ready to take me to Sawam. And fortunately, I got another friend. And then he quickly rushed and brought the fine. And they came and paid, and they allowed me to go home. So me, I've been sentenced before. It's part of the business challenges. Then there was another day, my first contract I got, my first order from Turkey. The guy wanted to buy some products, floor tiles. But he said he wanted to go and see the factory to know the company I represented before he could buy. I said, okay, let's go, no problem. Then he said, but he will not buy my ticket. He will buy his ticket and I should buy my ticket. And then we'll go. When he goes to see the products and he's satisfied, then he'll place the order. I said, no problem. I didn't have money for my ticket. And then I said he should buy his ticket. He bought the ticket. We fixed the date. He bought his ticket. I was looking for money. The money was not coming. I was looking for the money. The money wasn't coming. 2 days to departure, no money. Day to departure, no money. And then I said, let's go. We went to the airport. I didn't have ticket. And I went to the airport, believing God. Then I went to check in for him. Then he asked, Emmanuel, where is your boarding pass? I said, you don't worry. When they call for boarding, you just go. I'll meet you on the plane. He said, Emmanuel, what are you doing? I said, we'll go together. Don't worry. This trip, it will happen. So I went to the counter and told them that when they finish checking in, they should let me know so that I will come. Normally, when they finish checking in, there's space in their flight. They reduce the price a bit and then, but I didn't have a person on me, So we finished checking in. They called for boarding. And I told my friend, he should go on board. I'm coming. Then he went. He was going through security check. I was calling friends that, look, I have to be in Turkey. And when I was leaving, I didn't tell my wife I didn't have ticket. But I knew I had to be in Turkey. But without flight ticket. Look, last minute, almost everybody had boarded. Last minute. So the lady told me that, there's a seat. There are seats. So if I should pay and then they'll put me on the board because the counter was going to close. So I checked my bag with my friend's bag. So my bag had gone. So that in case I had to get the ticket, I could just go and board without going through. Otherwise, so I started calling friends. Then one friend, he works at Standard Bank. I got him. The number of friends I called, all of them said it was not possible. Then one guy from Standard, Kwesi Boatin, I called him that, bro, I have to be in Turkey. I'm at the airport. I don't have ticket. Please help me. Then so some friend just brought him some money, but he said he will need it the following week, so he could risk it and send it to me. I said, please, do it fast. And then he sent me the money via mobile money. I went right to the counter. They said they don't accept mobile money. I should go to a vendor down there to cash the money. I went, withdrew the money, rushed. I was the last person to board. And we got to Turkey. I took the guy to the factory. He saw the factory. The factory is big. In fact, they even had railway from the factory to Germany. So people buy tiles and they put inside the train to Germany. Very big Kutaya. The guy saw the factory, was so impressed. There and then he ordered 5 containers. 5 containers. That was my first order I got from the Turkey business I was doing. So it has never been easy. It has always been tough. But the thing is that, the kind of things I've gone through, and with the grace of God upon my life, I don't fear taking those calculated risks. And several times I've gone to the point of death, where it is life and death, and God showed up. And God always showed up. I was able to go to Turkey at the last minute, and the guy ordered 5 containers. If I hadn't taken that step of faith, and said I didn't have money, I wouldn't have gone. But by the grace of God, I went, and that was the beginning. And as you speak now, that particular company, they said, look, Emmanuel, the trust you have built with us. We have never done this to any foreign partner, but for you. Even if you need 50 containers, come and take it for free. Go and sell and bring us the money. Yes. So, last week we brought 2 containers. I didn't pay. They just brought them to me. We are trying to start the retail now. So we just went for 2 containers to start the retail, but we normally bring it on order. Yeah. So that's what God has done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have been learning that the opposite of faith is fear. And you have just proven to us that the only thing that stops us from meeting our goal is fear. I'd want to ask if you could give a piece of advice to your younger self or to us, what would that be?
All right. My advice to everybody, not only people in business, is that if possible, there is this book, Business Secrets in the Bible. Business Secrets in the Bible by Daniel Lapin. Daniel Lapin. Yes. I would encourage everybody to get that book. I had the opportunity of speaking to some people at ICGC, okay, Ebury, and I spoke on 2 topics. One was money making, or making money is spiritual. A lot of people think that making money is ungodly. Making money is spiritual. I spoke on that. And then I also spoke on you belong to the kingdom, but you must plan your life. You belong to the kingdom, but you must plan your life. A lot of Christians, they come to church and they come and speak in tongues and go back without using their talents. They don't engage in anything. So you come to church, you listen to the word, and you go home. Ask yourself that the words you are hearing today, how have you applied it in your life? That's one question. So I'm leaving you with some questions. Ask yourself. Anytime you go for a meeting, a program, church service, church meetings like this, and you go back home, and you are not able to apply what you have learned to change something around you, you have wasted that time. So ask yourself, what have you used today, all this week, all the meetings you've done? What are you using them for? How are they transforming your life? Please, there is no substitute for hard work. Okay? There is no substitute for hard work. And the principle for making it in life, okay? How many of you know that when God is making the rain fall, it falls on both unbelievers and believers? And I also want to let you know that the only difference between a child of God and a Muslim or somebody who is not a Christian is salvation, okay? Making it to heaven. But all the market forces, everything, we all go through. You go to the same market, you fly the same flight, you do everything together. Their decisions affect you. Politician decisions affect you, whether you like it or not. The only difference is salvation, going to heaven. That one is preserved for Christians. But any other thing, it is for everybody. And there are principles that you can't violate them. Everything you do in excess, you'll be tired. Let's be tired for the right reason. Every second, somebody is making money from your phone, on your mobile phone. You take it, you send messages, you browse. Every second, somebody is making money. It means that every second you are spending money on our wares. Hello? How many of us have phones here? Almost everybody has phone. Yes. Every minute, every second, you are spending money. So why not think about making money every second? People are making money every second. You too try and make money every second. Because the world is not for lazy people. The people who use their talents that make it. And if you don't use your talent, you will not make it. You can decide to sleep the whole day. If you sleep the whole day, you'll be tired. You say, I'm tired of sleeping, isn't it? You can eat the whole day. You'll be tired of eating. Anything you do for long, you'll be tired. So why not work for long and be tired and get the reward? Hallelujah. Yes. You just think about it. Everything you do in excess, you'll be tired. Sleep, you'll be tired. Eat plenty, you'll be tired of eating. Talking, you talk plenty, you say, I'm tired of talking. So there's nothing you do that you do in excess that you'll not be tired. So don't say, the work is too hard, I'm tired. Church programs are too many, I'm tired. The church should be dancing in church. Dancing is too much, I'm tired. Be tired for a good reason. That is my advice to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Said the world is not made for lazy people. You can only make it if you use your talents. So I believe that we've heard a lot of things and we are going to put them into application. I'd like to end by stating Matthew 25 verse 21. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been very faithful over few things, and I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too. And God bless all of us. Thank you.